Hi explorers! The most expensive plants in the world. Imagine a flower that only shows up at 10 p.m. and dies before your breakfast is ready. No way to pick it, sell it, or even give it away. Price tag, infinity. Now slide that mental image next to a rose that took 15 years and the GDP of a small village to perfect. In the next few minutes, we're hopping continents to meet 7 plants whose stickers could give a Ferrari a panic attack. Ready to see which leaf, bloom, or root costs more than your mortgage? Section 1. Kadupul Flower. Meet the Kadupul, Sri Lanka's ghost of the forest. Botanists call it Epiphyllum oxypetalum, but locals say it's a celestial nymph on a quick visit. The buds open between 10 and midnight, drench the air in vanilla jasmine, then collapse by dawn. Because it wilts in hours, you can't chop it, box it, or sell it. So collectors end up giving the whole plant away like an oversized thank you note. Beauty that refuses to be owned? That's the rarest luxury of all. Section 2. Shenzhen Nongke Orchid. China's Shenzhen Nongke group spent 8 lab-bound years parenting an orchid from test tube to petal. When it finally flowered in 2005, the first spike sold for just over 200 grand. The catch? It blooms once every 4 to 5 years, making each blossom basically a unicorn in plant form. Plus, it's the only orchid on Earth with a completely human family tree. Mom's a pipette, dad's a centrifuge. Section 3. Juliet Rose. If you like your roses with a little drama, say hello to the $5 million Juliet. Breeder David Austin spent 15 years playing floral matchmaker between wild species and modern tea roses. The result looks like a blushing peony and smells like ancient incense. By the time the first stem left the greenhouse, the tab had topped $5 million. At launch, florists were charging $3 grand a bouquet, because nothing says romance like a line item in the budget labeled experimental flowers. Section 4. Old Pine Bonsai. Trade petals for pine needles. An 800-year-old Japanese black pine bonsai sold for $1.3 million in Tokyo. Picture 4 centuries of daily pruning, wire twisting, and whispered encouragement passed from great-grandparent to toddler, all tucked inside a pot the size of a pizza. It's living sculpture and patience incarnate. Basically the plant world's version of a 4-digit vintage watch, except it's still ticking. Section 5. Saffron Crocus. The saffron crocus is easy to ignore, just lavender petals and tiny orange threads, until you realize you need 150,000 flowers for a single pound of spice. Every stigma is hand-plucked at dawn, and by sunset the blossom is compost. Retail price? Anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 a pound. Next time you're sprinkling paella, remember, each strand is a person kneeling in a field at 5 a.m. with tweezers and a dream. Section 6. Gold of Kinabalu, Orchid. High on the misty shoulders of Borneo's Mount Kinabalu hides Rothschild's slipper orchid, aka the Gold of Kinabalu. Each plant waits 15 years before it bothers to flower, and every wild specimen is microchipped by park rangers. Illegal sale, $6 grand a bloom. It's the rarest orchid you can almost, but not quite legally own. Section 7. Tulip Mania bulb rewind to Amsterdam, 1637. A single Semper Augustus tulip bulb traded hands for the price of a canal-side mansion. The bulb never cooked dinner or mowed the lawn. It was expensive because everyone agreed it was. When the market imploded, contracts were erased over beers in candlelit taverns, gifting us the term tulip mania. Adjusted for inflation, that bulb would be about $1,500 today, a bargain next to Kadupul's priceless shrew. Imagine a flower that blooms only once in the dead of night and vanishes before the world wakes up. A beauty so rare, no price tag could ever capture its worth. Across the globe, some plants take decades, even lifetimes, to grow. From million-dollar roses to ancient bonsai trees, each carries a story of love, time, and sacrifice. These plants aren't just expensive, they're living miracles, fragile reminders of nature's wonder. And maybe that's why, when we see them, our hearts whisper, some treasures can never truly be owned. So which of these green wonders made your wallet wince? The Kadupul that can't be bought, the lab-grown orchid, or the 8th-century-old bonsai with a 7-figure resume? Tell me below. I read every comment. If you learned something cool, tap like so the algorithm knows to show this to fellow plant nerds. And if you want more tales where botany meets big money, subscribe and ring the bell. Next week, we're diving into seeds that cost more per ounce than silver. Until then, keep your plants close and your pruning shears closer. Keep exploring, and thanks for watching.